Hi guys, we're back for another story time. Today we're going to read Caps for Sale. It's a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. And it's by Esfir Slobodkina. And here's the front cover, the back cover, and there's no barcode on this one. And here's the title page. Oh, look at how tall the peddler is and how many caps he's holding on his head. His caps are almost, if not taller than he is. Here's the title, Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. It's told and illustrated by Esfir Slobodkina. It's a very hard name to pronounce. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler who carried their wares on his back. The wares mean the things he's selling. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had his own cap, his own checked cap. Then a bunch of gray caps, a bunch of brown caps, a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so as not to upset the cap. That means so he doesn't make them fall. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street, he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I will go for a walk in the country," he said, and he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. Upset means to make them tip off his head. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, he thought. And he sat down very slowly under the tree, and he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First, his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he awoke, he was refreshed and rested. So he had a good little nap. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure the caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked into the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking his fist at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their finger at him, back at him, and said, "Tss, tss, tss." This made the peddler angry. So he shook both his hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only looked at the peddler and said, Now he felt quite angry. He stomped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped their foot back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss, tss." By this time, the peddler was really angry. Really very, very angry. He stomped both his feet and he shouted, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss, tss." At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and he threw it on the ground and he began to walk away. Oh, he was super angry. But then the monkeys pulled off his cap, and all of the green caps, and all of the brown caps, and all of the blue caps, and all of the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and he put them back on his head. First, he put on his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he began to walk to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. THEEND, the end. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, you guys can pretend to be peddlers and sell things around your house to your mom and dad. And you can tell them that there's a sale or just pretend, just have a good time and play. See you next time.